Welcome back to Polyhealth Foundations and Strength. In this video, we're going to be going over how to perform the barbell back squat. So the barbell back squat is a compound movement, which means that it occurs over multiple joints and you're using multiple muscles to perform the exercise. Some of the muscles that you're going to be working in this exercise are your back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, and your core. To perform this exercise, all you will need is a barbell and a rack. So here we have Mark demonstrating the back squat for us. The first thing you want to think about when setting up for this is where you're going to put the bar on your back. So you can put it in high bar, which Mark has on his back right now, where it's going to be a little higher on your traps. You're going to have a more upright position using more of your core and your quads. You can also use a low bar position, which is going to use more of your posterior chain. So your back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. You're going to be a little less upright in this one. Now, regardless of where you put the bar on your back, you want to make sure you keep nice neutral wrists. So the next thing to consider when setting up for this squat is how wide you're going to put your feet. So this is totally dependent on your hips. It's going to be different for everybody. This first one here is Mark demonstrating a wide stance squat. A wide stance squat is going to use more of your adductors, so the inner part of your thigh. Versus here, you have a narrow stance squat, which is going to use a lot more of your quads. So again, just play around with it and find what works for you. So now that we've covered our setup, we're going to talk about bringing it out of the rack. So here you can see Mark has his knees bent, pops it out of the rack, and slowly walks it out. So you want to make sure that you're staying nice and tight as you walk it out and taking as little steps as possible. Now we're going to take a big deep breath into our core, push our hips back like we're sitting in a chair, and drive our knees out. You want to descend nice and controlled to avoid losing tension and losing your position. Notice that the position of his upper body is not changing. This means that he is keeping proper tension all the way through the movement, squeezing his back and making sure he's thinking about keeping his chest up. Now, the reason that we drive the knees out is to achieve the full range of motion through the squat. So what that means is that at the bottom of the squat, you want your hips to be below your knees. You now have all the tools you need to perfect the barbell squat. See you next time on Polyhealth Foundations and Strength.